This is episode 3 of the bike build. Gotta clear a couple of things up. First off, the bike is not an 05. It's actually an 06, and I didn't realize that, so I was ordering parts and getting the wrong parts, wondering why they weren't fitting. Went and checked the title, and it is indeed actually an 06 and not an 05. So that's the reason why this episode and last episode aren't all in one video, because I had to reorder parts and wait for them to show up. Shout out to Rocky Mountain ATV. I ordered some parts from them and they showed up in 2 days. I got some gaskets, I got plastics, graphics, a couple of the bolts that were broken. So those getting here in 2 days is actually clutch. That way I can get back to building. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to talking about the engine. So the way I found out I was getting the wrong parts was I put the head on, got the gasket in, and then these 2 bolts wouldn't line up with the bolt holes in there. So I was doing some research, ended up finding out that is actually an 06 and not an 05 model. And I also got the wrong gasket for the crankcase cover here, so I ordered that. So today we're gonna take this back apart, put in the right gaskets, make sure everything's clean, retime it, and then we'll start getting it put back in the bike and putting the bike together. Switch over to the GoPro. All right, this thing looks pretty good to me. I'm sure you guys are bored of me talking, so we'll go to a time lapse and I'll just start getting this thing tore back apart. Head's back on, everything is tightened down. I believe it is timed if all of this stayed in line where it was supposed to, but to actually check that you have to put the cover on. I know I don't have the gasket right now, but that will be coming in tomorrow, so I'm just gonna set this on here to get it all, make sure everything's all timed up. All right, got this mark lined up down here. But now this is off, so what I have to do is loosen all this back up, take the tensioner back off, and shift this back 1. And then we should be good to go once I put it all back together. I just took this back off because I went and grabbed a torque wrench, torqued everything in there, make sure that was all to spec. And now we're ready to put this cover on. Gasket came in the mail last night, so we're gonna toss that on there. I also went down to Base Camp High Tech, picked up 2 paddle tires, picked up some tubes, picked up this guy that should make changing the tires a little bit easier. Let's go ahead and get that case cover put on. All right, cover's back on, everything's tight. So now we'll work on getting this thing slapped back into the frame. that's going to be it for this video. Next video, I'll have a new carb in, and we'll start getting things put together when we'll kick it for the first time and see if anything happens.